Everyone, and welcome back to Master Sight. Today I have for you game three of Crossroads, where I'm going to be facing off against Ed Fisk and his Trident Realms. So we got some master on master action, the two most recent masters playing each other. What could go wrong here? So let's dive into Ed's new Trident Realm list. At least new for me. I haven't seen it since he and I last played, which was when he beat me at Masters. And then we'll jump into the game. So Ed's got four hordes of Gigas. He has three title swarms, all with the 5-point Noken upgrade. He has three Coral Giants, all with the Cleaver for Slayer. He has a Naiad Centurion with the Trident and Staying Stone. He has two Thule Aquamages, one with Conjure Staff, Weakness Heal, the other with Loot, Weakness Barkskin. So he has Bane Chant, Weakness, and Barkskin. So fully kitted out with lots of spell options there. And then he has the Trident King with the Elite Aura upgrade for Royal Guard. So that's going to give his Gigas Elite. I don't think anybody else benefits besides the Trident King, of course. Trident King always benefits from the auras he provides, so that always helps. 14 drops, 22 unit strength, so somewhat low on the unit strength, but man, is the tough that he has stuff that he has tough to kill. I mean, those Coral Giants with Ensnare and Iron Resolve, tough. Tidal Swarms are also difficult. Gigas, nasty. So, yeah, it's going to be a difficult one. So here we have Ed. And we are going to be playing Smoke and Mirrors, I think it is. It's the loot token, or not loot, the token scenario that you flip all of the tokens up on turn 3, I think it is, or at the end of turn 3, something like that. Neither of us really know how to play it. We just agreed upon how it's going to be played for our game, and that's where we're calling it. So this is our table. The orange tokens, the yellowish orange ones here are the tokens that Ed has placed, and then I have the brown ones. So here. I think there's one here, something like that. So yeah, deployment is Ed's got very unique looking Trident Realm lists. They look like machines, underwater machines, maybe. So he's got his three Coral Giants out here. One of his characters, the one of the Aqua Mages over here. Two of the Noken up here. Two Gigas, two more Gigas. The last swarm is back there. He then has the Trident King here. This one is the character with the trident there, and then his last little guy's hiding behind that impassable there. And then my deployment is Flesh Ripper on the end, Horde with J-Boot, or sorry, this is Helm of the Drunken Ram here. Portal Despair, Regiment with the Tormentors behind. The other Butcher, both my Lightning Bolters, a triple stack, and I believe this one is the J-Boots one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's J-Boots. Then I have Hex, Dreadfiend here. I have a double stack. I have the Blood of the Old King out here, and Blade of Slashing here. So, boop, he's going to get first turn. This is after that. But let's look at the tokens real quick here, because obviously I know where I place my tokens. And Ed knows where he places his tokens. Based off of where he's deployed, I think Ed's tokens are clearly the 3 over here that are worth points. My tokens are not as obvious. I did put a 2-point token here, and then I put my 1-point tokens back here on the left and back here on the right. So, yeah, that was my decision for those. Anyway, so Ed got, or we rolled off for first turn. I won the roll. I wanted Ed to go first. With the high defense and everything, I would like to have the opportunity to win blasts at the end of the game for these tokens. And also, Ed's army isn't extremely fast. So going first would have been nice because everything on the right hand side would have been able to come in faster. But yeah, I think we're okay going second. So I gave him a turn 1. He pushed up aggressively, as we can see here, and then a little bit less. I mean, still pretty aggressive, but a little bit less aggressively on the left there. And then on my turn, I do a little shuffling, get a little bit forward on the left and center, push forward aggressively on the right. But yeah, we are looking to try and break up the lines, as it were. Again, kind of want Ed to charge into some things and want him to expose flanks by doing so. So yeah, that's where we're at here. And going into turn 2. And on turn 2, Ed does charge a couple things, but more repositions his line. So he is bad picture. But on the left here, he is pushing forward here, and then he's making kind of a line across the center with the flank that I'm rolling up with here. So this is where he stands. He double charged into the horde, which we should hold. The positioning I had out here forced his little swarm into an awkward position, having to sidestep and then pivot in order to make room if he wanted to get that guy in. So basically, I wanted to avoid his swarms getting good chaffing value, because if they get into one of my scarecrows, I mean, I don't actually ever like kill that thing effectively. So I have to bring in something of value to help kill a swarm, which is never what I actually want to do. So, so I was trying to kind of block them up effectively. So, but yeah, he charges 1-on-1 there, 2-on-1 here. The positioning I had, the Trident King was able to get a flank on this one, but I'm not too terribly upset with that. It wasn't intentional by any means, but it was something that I see, and I'm like, well, he's gonna get hit by something because his reforms aren't clean. He's not able to block off enough, so I have some opportunities there with that as it is. So, and then over on the right, he's not taking the bait to charge in with any of these gigas yet. He wants to kind of maintain a somewhat equal line, as it were. So yeah, that's how we're looking. So my on combat, the only thing he broke was the flank into the Flesh Ripper, as he should. The Coral Giant into my other Flesh Ripper is about a 50-50 of whether he should or shouldn't break it. So I did get lucky and got that one to stick. So that's nice. And then it's just go time. We're clashing in. We're doing stuff because, well, he ran forward and we got stuff to kill. So we're in combat, bottom of 2 with pretty much everything, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So on the left, we're just countercharging there. I countercharge the giant out here. We do a triple charge into this one here. That is the regiment that was sitting here. It's going to be hindered. The Tormentor troop and the Helm of the Drunken Ram is, jumping over, flying over, hitting hard. In the center, after his kill, his reform allowed for a flank from the J-Boot unit and a flank from the Portal Despair that will be hindered, so we're okay with that. I then my lightning bolt had shot at this the previous turn, so I'm positioning in such a way that I can do that again because I'm height 4, he's height 3, so there's a line at least. And then we're just chaffing up with the Horde into this Gigas. We're chaffing up with the Dread Fiend into this Gigas, and we're doing a nice little triple charge into the last Giga unit over here. Making sure we got Dread everywhere we want. So, yeah, we're going in. And then this Horde on the right is saying, oh, there's a 1 point token I know of over here, so we'll just keep walking forward. That's all we want to do is get that 1 point token, please. So combat, we do 9 wounds here, we get a waiver. We do 9 wounds here, we get a waiver. So very acceptable. And then we also just slapped the Trident King, and he disappeared. So in the end, trade wise, Butcher Flesh Ripper for the Trident King. I'm taking that all day, every day. So we came out of ahead, and we're in a position where these Gigas don't have like a nimble charge to get around or do anything. So we've successfully locked them in. As well as the other ones really don't have any other shenanigan options to speak of. So, and then yeah, on the left we put a few wounds over there. So it. Yep, there's the combat. Oh, tokens get flipped. So we probably did this wrong. We flipped them at the beginning of 3. We had a misunderstanding. Whatever. We're just playing the game as it is. So the center point that he placed was worth 2. This one was worth 1, and the other one on the far left is worth 1, as we expected. But obviously, the ones that I had put, we knew. So skipping ahead here, but he kills that guy. He kills the Flesh Ripper, or not Flesh Ripper. The um, what is it? Dread Fiend. He had shot the Dread Fiend the turn before with his little individual, so that's okay. That's kind of right about averages there for that to happen. So anyway, it was not many pictures. So he killed the Butcher Flesh Ripper turn to face. He killed the Horde double turn to face. He had backed out and charged his Tidal Swarm into my regiment there. And then, yeah, pretty much everything else was just that was wavered, so the other thing killed and that killed. So everything else is just kind of stuck where it is. So now this is my turn after movement, and I was countercharging here. I just charged the regiment in there. He healed a little bit with this guy, and the torment. Excuse me, the tormentor troop that was sitting right here had a flank over here, so they're going into that. I had his individual did not waver me, so I was able to just go straight in with that troop, and the Dread Fiend was also able to join. And then I was able to do a nice little fly over here, hit the other troop, flew over here, hit, so because he blocked off the flank, so hitting harder in the front with the soul flares. This unit still has 9 wounds on it, so we're hoping that we got enough to pick it up here. And the horde is still just walking forward. Oh, and in the middle here, we can't really see it right there. Can't see it there, but the trident or the one with the trident, the Naiad, not heart piercer, but the character with the drowned trident is sitting over here. We were able to get the regiment into the flank of it. So no ensnare. We're trying to do our best to kind of mitigate his havoc that he can rain here. So, uh, and the big reason I actually ended up doing this is measured, and the gigas here, they're not able to connect into this unit. So even if I fail, he can't charge the rear because of his base is too wide and can't fit where this unit is. So his only legal charge is into the scarecrows, who had to withdraw, sidestep over to allow for room for this unit to fit. And then the Portal of Despair is doing God's work and trying to hold up all the Coral Giants in the game. At least two of them here, just one back to back. So that is our goal with him. And this is where we are. So now we can see the individual is over here. So combat, we do extremely well for combat. We killed the one that had 9 wounds. We with the flank and everything, we killed the other one. We killed the Trident King as well, or the not the Trident King. I don't know his name. I got it right here. Let's look. What is his name? The Trident King, Naiad Centurion. That guy. We killed the Centurion, which was not expecting to do that, but we'll take it. That is, yeah, that is rolling pretty well for sure. But basically, rolling this flank, turning to look into the center here. We get this unit up to 10 wounds, and I think we waver it again with those that regiment. My God, because he was at 9 wounds, and I think I did. I think he healed. He healed at least 2, maybe 3 wounds, so he was down to 6 or 7. And those guys hit like 3 or 4 times and only rolled sixes to wound. And it's like, what the fuck? Was not expecting that. So this was a pretty big turn to kind of start rolling the flank and get the waiver on this unit here. The things that didn't go, according to plan or as well is we didn't do anything to these guys, so you know, they're a pain. They're a pain in the butt. But and I also should say that in our shooting, or no, we had killed the other troop. We were trying to shoot off the swarm that was back here for a couple turns, but they ended up sticking around and being chaff. We did eat them up. So yeah, fast forward and we didn't waver. That's what it was. So I think this is where I actually rolled a Snake Eyes. I don't. It's not a true Snake Eyes, but he has 10 wounds, 11 with the Dread. We need a 4 to waver. We do roll the Snake Eyes, so this unit is not wavered. So that is important because on his turn he does the nimble corkscrew charging, and he goes and picks up the troop that was sitting here. This horde killed my horde and turned to face this way, and then he killed the soul flares that were out here. One of the crazy things, he did not do much to the Portal of Despair. I think he did like 2 or 3 wounds with the giant, so he had a bad turn of giant rolling, so that was helpful for us for sure. And yeah, his individuals are kind of running around. I'm not really caring about them. Although this turn I had, or maybe it was the last turn, but I shot him with a lightning bolt just because I could. I think I wavered that one last turn is what it was. But and then you'll see movement wise, the injured troop that was sitting here is pivoting, flying over this way, thinking that 1 point token is going to be important for us. The horde's going on the other 1 point token. I'm feeling pretty good about the middle just because this unit is extremely damaged. So I think I have the numbers to take out the center here. But so that's why this troop is kind of coming around this way. That was the troop that was back here. I just looked and I was like, man, if I come towards the center, like I have a bunch of height 4 stuff that's just blocking me off. I can't see anything. I don't have a direct thing to charge the next turn. I'm going to come around here, take up space. His individuals won't be able to come around. That was my thought here. They just don't have good options, honestly. So, but yeah. So this is where we ended up for my turn here. So combat, lightning bolt takes off the back troop who I forget if they were damaged or not, or maybe I just spiked a nerve, or maybe he was out of inspiring range. One of the two. We killed the troop back here, which was not expected, but love it. What else did we kill? We killed the other unit with this regiment that's ungodly, doing damage, hitting on sixes into tidal swarms. Gotta love it. So we killed that regiment. We killed the horde of Gigas, and that is where we were positioned. Now, I will say I do want to call this out here, but positioning wise, this coral giant does have front arc into this guy. The other one is blocked off by his own unit. Like his leader point is still sitting behind his unit, so it's very limited on what it can do. So we are effectively blocking up here. Now, I did give this coral giant a charge into this what's it called? Mind Screech as more of a bait. Like I wanted to I don't need to do this necessarily. I could have probably positioned it to where it's unable to be charged, but I wanted to give myself something like force him out of position here. So if he hits here, I'm expecting to kill that there, barring any snake eyes. So I'll have this unit that's free next turn, and it's much better if it's going to hit a flank of a coral giant here versus the front of anything else over there. So that was my thought. And he does take the charge into it. He sidesteps the other giant. He continues to fight here. And then he countercharges into this unit after taking 7 wounds, I believe it is. So wasn't able to get a waiver. That would have been extremely nice for us if that were to have happened. So yeah, we're pretty. We're killing a bunch of stuff on each other here for sure. So he does finish off that regiment of soul flares, and he positions like so, which is yeah potentially a problem. But he needs that 2-point token, so probably force him to stay put. So, and he does pick up the Mind Screech, you can see here too. So it was just a back and forth of good roll, good roll, good, yeah. Like, not saying it was just Ed. Like, Ed had some good rolls, but obviously I had some very good rolls leading up to this point too. And then, Ed answers back with some good roll. Like, this is bottom of turn 4, and we hardly have anything left. Like this is a bloody, bloody game, which is surprising for an army like Ed's, which is big shield and ensnare and defense. Like it is not that easy to pick up a lot of these units that he has. And then he's also picking up a ton of my units just because he does have good quality attacks that he's putting into them. And I mean, we're both rolling fairly well in general. So my turn, and this is how it ends up. So we put the regiment into this unit to block it off mostly from the 2-point token. I think we can last a turn with a coral giant because it has Slayer. Again, we are still alive over here. We are up to 6 wounds, it looks like, because Radiance of Life and a little bit of Life Leech occasionally is nice. The Dread Fiend had nothing better to do, so it charges in. We charge his individual with the regiment here, more for positioning purposes. I'd rather be right here and reforming. He already has 3 wounds on him, so I feel pretty confident we're able to pull this off. And his healing's been helping. This unit's down to 5 wounds, so I position this troop, bring it back from where it was. It is in a position where he could charge me if he wants, but if he does, he's not going to be able to back up onto this token for the next turn. So it takes him off of the token. So that is a-okay by me, and the other troops flying over here. So, and the other one, we stopped moving it at this point. Obviously Ed and I are using this side of the board for our dead pile, and I looked at him. I said, "Hey, are you like? Do you plan on trying to contest this? Are you okay if I just leave this where it is and we agree it has the 1 point token and it's not going to do anything else?" He's like, "Yep, good by me." So yeah, this is what it looks like, and my shooting. I think I shot at something here, but to do and I forget what happens here because I definitely charged that. Did I killed the individual? Yep, turned to face, and I think that's it. Yeah, so it looks like I don't do anything to this giant, which is unfortunate. So Ed just repositions his unit because he was here. Yeah, and I shot there. Yeah, so then he just repositions, backs up, nimble reform. He moves his character in such a way that he can inspire because obviously I have two units that are looking down on this. And yeah, so but yeah, and then he's charging over here. Pretty straightforward, right? So this is that was top of six. So this is bottom of six. That's what it is. So bottom of six, and I have the opportunity to charge, double charge that horde there that has 3 wounds on it now. It is going to be inspired. So if I double charge it, the only thing he's in range of that token, and I have the troop over there, so he's controlling the token. I have to kill him. Um, I don't like my odds. My regiment of soul players was going to be hindered. I don't think that's a good choice for me. So instead, I fly the Tormentor troop to where it was here, and then I reposition both of my Mind Screech or Soul Flares and Mind Screech so that I can get off a Wind Blast. So these guys are within this token, so I'm able to control this while I'm pushing that unit back. So it allowed me, and then I had a double Wind Blast, a Wind Blast 6 and a Wind Blast 5. You can see he was like barely touching this forest, and now he's all the way beyond it. So I pushed him back like 7 or 8 inches, I think it was. I did get very good successes on those Wind Blast rolls. Um, and then even better for me is I against a ensnaring coral giant. This has blade of slashing here. I hit 5 times. I wounded 5 times, and I rolled the 9 1 time that I needed because of dread. In order to kill this giant, and I pick it up, and it was again just ridiculous. It's just like good roll, good roll, good roll, good roll, just back and forth and back and forth. Um, except for a couple of these coral giants fell short for it. Like the one fighting that the portal of despair forever. It took him 3 turns to kill the portal of despair. Um, and then he could easily have wavered this guy with his other one. Didn't happen. He didn't kill those guys in one go. Yeah, so his coral giants may have been a little bit lackluster. Everything else was pretty well on for Ed. um but anyway, bottom of six, and if it ended on that turn, I had the 1 token up here. I had the 2 token, the 1 token, the 2 token, the one. The only token I didn't have was the one back here. So it would have been a 2, 4, 6, 7 to 1 victory for me if it ended on 6. But it was not meant to be. My dice were too good. They couldn't roll less than a 4. So we did go one more turn, and the one more turn is definitely going to be beneficial for Ed here. So he gets the charge off into the troop here. He gets a flank charge with this Coral Giant, and the other one that was in the front just turns and walks onto this token here. Um, yeah, so that is his movement, and everything goes as you'd expect. He kills that unit, reforms. He kills the regiment, and reforms. And then, for some reason, I didn't take a picture at the very end of the game, but I will show you exactly what happened. And that is, um, oh, and he has an individual that charged the flank of my soul players, and he did a wound, which isn't terribly unlikely, but doing the wounds shuts off my wind blast, which would have been my go-to against this unit and trying to get the 2 point token for the last turn of the game. So yeah, unfortunate because where he's positioned here and the reform doesn't really matter now. But yeah, his reform, he probably was back a little bit further here, but I think my plan would have been run this unit up an inch away, and then double wind blast, have this one sit on this token, double wind blast, push it back far enough to control the 2 point token. So I'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the back, and he would have gotten this token because he kills this and he overruns. Um, but an unwounded Coral Giant taking a troop in the front and then a flank from the Dread Fiend. I don't think I have enough to kill it with combat there. But honestly, maybe I should have gone for it in the end here because what I ended up doing was I just moved the Dread Fiend, the Mind Screech, and this took this guy off of that token back there. I put all 3 unit strength on this 2 point token here. So I would have 2, and then this one's controlling here. So I'd have 2, 3, and then 4 all the way in the corner, and he'd have 2, 3. So it would have been a 4-3 is what the end was, and we were 5 point differential in battle points as well. So just a straight murder fest in the end. But yeah, it was a great game. I yeah, I was playing for the turn 6, and when it went to 7, it brought it back heavily there. So great game by Ed. Like I said, we both had some pretty good dice, but I feel like my dice were a little bit more key in the right moments that they were on. I did have a couple of poor dice, obviously, to balance it out, but no, I think that in the end, it was just a really good game from both of our ends. I do like his army and the way he plays it. It is quite enjoyable to see. So, but I am, you know, got my revenge against Chet from 2 years ago in game 1. Now I get a game back on Ed, who I only played the year that he won Masters. So it is the revenge tour at this point is what I've dubbed it. So we're sitting 3-0 for the event. Our team here in this round, I believe we won 3 of the 4 games as well. So I think we ended up doing fairly well. Where we're sitting, top 1 or 2 overall after day 1. So as a team, very happy with our results. Individual play, we played some tough players today, and we were able to pull out some wins. And this one being, probably the toughest one at this point. And obviously the scoreboard shows it because it was a 14-7 just straight up. So just barely squeak out the win in the end, and easily something that I was looking. I was like, do I do the wind blast? Do I try to push him off this 2 point token? And really looking at it's like I need, it was really close. I needed a 2 or 3 inch wind blast to get him his unit strength 2 completely off. So in the end, I decided it's just better to take the guarantee, get the win, fight another fight for another day. There's no need to go for potential play that's a 10-10 draw when I have a 14-7 win on the table. So, but yeah, Ed is a gentleman, great guy, excellent game, really fun to hang out with, and we ate some tacos after this, so it was great. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and thank you Ed for the game. I will catch everybody on the next one for round 4.